So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very good morning. It's still morning, yes? Okay, very good morning and very welcome on board. It's a beautiful day today. We're going to make a small boat ride, boat tour from half an hour in the inner city of Bruges. We are not certificated guides, we just try to give you a good time. I hope you will have a good time, but anyway, enjoy the view, that's beautiful for sure. So a little bit explanation to do. Here on the left hand side we're going to see some of the wooden houses, and a lot of the houses in the Middle Ages were just like that. They all changed it, was too dangerous for fire. Here in history of Bruges we had 2 atomic fires, so the wooden houses are amazing. Just to make you feel safe, we only have one metal boat on the canals. It's my boat. It's a very strong boat, so feel safe. If we have an accident with another boat, we just go through it, so no worries, no worries. And then here on the right, right away, we're going to see the old St. John's Hospital from the 12th century. It was a hospital until the year 1976. Was a hospital for more than 5 centuries. That's amazing. The old St. John's Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to warn you for our next bridge. It's the guillotine of the bridge. So mind your head, please. The guillotine. Be careful. You always want from our tour. Don't stand. We really need to pass this bridge, because after this bridge we have the most beautiful location of Bruges. Attention. It's called the Lake of Love, also one of the places for the swans. And here in Bruges we have around 150 swans. All over the city, 150. It's way too beautiful. And this here on the left is the brewery, is the Half Moon Brewery. It's a very good one, it's the best one of the two. And sometimes you can smell the burnt hops, sometimes. They are also growing some hops here on these ropes, and they are actually using it for the beers. Yep, it's new from 1 year ago. So this here is amazing, the Lake of Love. In front of us we have our lock house, the lock system, to control the water level in the inner city. The water after the building is 1 meter higher. On the other side of our city we have the same construction. The water can come in, the water can go out. The lock systems controlling the water level, really important. The swans here, they have a good life here. It could be worse for the swans. And they are very used to the boats. They are very used to it. So the house beers of the brewery are really not bad. It's called Bruges Zot and Straffigenting. The Bruges Zot means the Bruges Joker, but it's a fine good beer. It's our #1 local beer. If you have the chance to it, you need to try it. It's my recommendation. You're not going to be mad at me. You need to try it. So the age for drinking beers here in Belgium is 16 years old for the beers, 16 years old. For the spirits, for the strong alcohol, it's 18 years old. Be careful, the guillotine. You can see the oldest tower of Bruges. This is St. Salvasius Cathedral, and the first foundation was in the 9th century. They restored the inside, and it took more than 30 years to restore it. 5 or 6 months ago it was finished, the oldest tower. Only the inside to restore it, 30 years, it's amazing. This here actually downstairs of the hospital was actually for the people that died in the hospital. They picked them up with the boats in the graveyards. You can see the white part over here, that's how they did it. Right away we're going to see the palace of Bruges. One of the reasons they became that rich was because they were selling the spice Grut for brewing the beers. That's one of the reasons. And the next thing I want to show you is the smallest window of Bruges was a spy window to spy on the boats that were entering our city. They had a look if you needed to pay the taxes, so don't need to pay the taxes. If you want to see the smallest window, you can find it right up on the wall in front of us. A tiny spy window. And actually it was on the lift to pay the taxes. They were waiting for you. You couldn't have pass without paying if you needed to pay. The lords of Bruges were very powerful. They had their own army. They were very powerful. It's a beautiful palace. It's all the palace. They did pretty good. On the left hand side you can see the best boat company of Bruges. It is the oldest one. They had the first license to do the boat tours. It's a 4th generation business. The youngest man is selling the tickets. The oldest man is living upstairs and he's 99 years old, really. But he sees everything, he hears everything, he's checking everything. On the left hand side is the other brewery, is the Bourgogne de Flandres brewery. If you see a sign like this, de huur is for rent, de huur for rent, but Canal Side in Bruges is not cheap, it's a little bit expensive. You pay for the view, of course. Be careful on the right, ladies and gentlemen, we have another low bridge on the right. I am not the best driver. Be careful. Thank you for trusting a young guy with a boat. I appreciate it. You had no choice, eh? This is the Belfry Tower. It's the watchtower of Bruges. It's 83 meters high and it has a carillon with 47 bells. All those bells together weigh 27 tons. Don't ask me how they pull it upstairs. It's amazing. But if you want to go on top of it, you need to do it 366 steps. When you're mad enough. I only did it once, not a second time. And if you look good to the tower, at least 1 meter to the right, almost a meter to the right. You can see it. Yes, you can see it. The watchtower was built in the beginning of the 1300s. The watchtower. So probably if we have this weather without the clouds, you can see the sea in the distance. You can see the North Sea. So that's amazing. The sea is 15 kilometers away from here. So here in front of us we have a view at the oldest bridge from Bruges. It's called the May Bridge and it was built in the year 1235.